CBS 42 first brought you the story of air pollution in that mixed industrial and residential area of North Birmingham, including Collegeville, Fairmont, and Harriman Park back in 2011.
Frustration, confusion.
No, that's not true.
That is correct.
We have answers and inside information.
As far as state-of-the-art monitoring, it doesn't exist.
This is our follow-up investigative story, Deadly Deception, the Fugitive Factor.
Over the years, we've revisited the progress of the cleanup and the frustrations of people who remain in the community awaiting environmental justice. In August of 2018, Congresswoman Terry Sewell joined Mayor Randall Woodfin to tour the site and bring new focus to get it prioritized for cleanup. Here's what Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin told citizens more than a year later.
Locally, what are we charged to do? What is our vision for the area? What is the input from the community? If there are no resources at the federal level, what can we do locally in partnership with existing organizations?
What is the status of the cleanup today? That's the question residents are asking as well. Because CBS 42 is your voice, your station, we sent our investigative reporter Chloe Vicente into North Birmingham to get answers.
And tonight, we're really surprised about what she found when she took their concerns about continued pollution at the 35th Avenue Superfund site.
Yeah, I'm at the heart of the EPA Superfund site at the old Carver High School. 10 years later, here in North Birmingham, the soil cleanup still isn't over, and the Jefferson County Department of Health tells me a nearby coke plant is violating local and federal air regulations.
Like a ghost town.
Larry Smith,
A ghost town.
describes
Yeah.
what's left of his neighborhood, haunted by toxic chemicals in the soil. This Environmental Protection Agency sign shows part of North Birmingham is still an active Superfund site. By EPA definition, that means the contamination puts your health at risk. Smith has lived in North Birmingham for nearly 6 decades. He says the cancer-causing chemicals have killed almost all of his family.
My grandmother, granddaddy, my mother, my sisters.
And that's not uncommon throughout the 35th Avenue Superfund.
Every week we'll have like 4 or 5 funerals, people down from cancer or lung diseases or things we had never heard of.
This site map shows in green what's been cleaned up. The EPA declined an on-camera interview, but the on-scene coordinator tells us out of about 2,000 residential properties, 1,970 have been tested for dangerous contaminants. 660 of those properties have unsafe levels, and so far contaminated soil at 562 of those homes has been removed. If you do the math, that still leaves dozens of homes that need sampling or cleaning.
The industry is still going, so we still got pollution here. The pollution hasn't went anywhere.
Keisha Brown says she still has respiratory issues, blaming the nearby industry emitting toxins into the air every day.
You can't even go down 35th, you be nauseated. You shouldn't be sick every day of your life. Most people out here take so much medication to function, if they don't, they'll die.
In and around North Birmingham, there are several active plants with Title V major source operating permits, meaning they release large amounts of hazardous pollutants into the air. As the EPA leads the soil cleanup, the Jefferson County Department of Health monitors the air and nearby industry. At this point in time, are all of those industries in North Birmingham operating with EPA compliance?
So the NOV that we issued in a press release would make that know that not all industries are working within compliance at this current time.
CBS 42 has learned from Director of Environmental Health Jonathan Stanton that Bluestone Coke was issued notice of violation of local and federal air regulations. It's been an active violation since July 2020. Considering what's happened in that neighborhood, is it concerning for you to see violations of those regulations?
It's always concerning to see violations. From our standpoint, when we see a violation, we take those very seriously, always have as an agency.
The company told us in a statement, Bluestone Coke has been working collaboratively with the Jefferson County Department of Health to resolve compliance matters that were brought to our attention in July 2020. Although Bluestone Coke is somewhat new to the Birmingham community, we value the city and our neighbors very much, and we will always strive to be a good, environmentally sound citizen. Greater Birmingham Alliance to Stop Pollution Executive Director Michael Hansen says more needs to be done.
The residents are exposed to all kinds of pollutants that are harmful to their health.
GASP also tests the soil and air for residents with concerns.
Like a perfect spot.
Like Jerica Kamak. She recently moved to Collegeville.
A short while after that, I'm like, what is that smell?
After learning about the Superfund and what's in the air, Kamak says she's scared for her baby's health.
Her hands broke out. And they got like sore and raw from her just playing in the ground.
For those left,
not only with the environment, but with the killing, the burglary,
faith might be all they have to hold on to.
The drug houses, it's just unsafe to go anywhere, so bet you just stay at home and pray.
So is there a solution? The EPA on-site coordinator tells me they're in phase 4 of the soil cleanup. And as far as the air pollution goes, the Jefferson County Department of Health says they're doing all they can, and a notice of violation process can take time. Reporting in North Birmingham, Chloe Vincenti, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.